Red Bull already knows how to win races and championships. But now, the challenge is different. Proving that its new engine, built in partnership with Ford, can go head-to-head with the mighty Mercedes power unit. The new Red Bull Ford power unit has been one of the most interesting talking points in the paddock. Even with the team facing difficulties in other areas of the car, the engine appears to have started better than many people expected. And that matters because for a long time there was one big question. Could Red Bull really create a competitive Formula One engine almost from scratch? Building a championship-winning car is one thing. Developing a Formula One power unit capable of fighting traditional manufacturers like Mercedes, Ferrari, and Honda is something completely different. After Honda's official exit, Red Bull decided to take control of its own future and created Red Bull Powertrains. The operation was built almost from the ground up, with a new factory, a technical team assembled quickly, and several experienced people recruited from rival manufacturers. Later, Ford joined the project as a partner. At first, its role seemed more connected to the electrical side and technical support. But over time, that collaboration became increasingly important. According to Mark Rushbrook, global director of Ford Performance Motorsports, the project took around 3.5 years to reach the track. And simply getting this power unit onto the Formula One grid was already a huge challenge. But Red Bull Ford did not just arrive. It arrived competitively. Rushbrook said the team is in the mix. And that statement shows that the project has started better than many expected. But the big comparison is still unavoidable. Red Bull Ford versus Mercedes. And that answer still needs some caution. Mercedes continues to be seen as one of the major references when it comes to power units. The German engine appears to deliver strong performance, efficiency, and, above all, more consistency in different conditions. Red Bull Ford, on the other hand, seems to have strong moments, but still needs to improve to be competitive across every type of circuit, temperature, and environment. Rushbrook explained that modern Formula One power units are extremely sensitive to factors such as heat, humidity, and race conditions. In some situations, an engine can perform better. In others, it can lose efficiency. And that is exactly where Mercedes still appears to have an advantage. Max Verstappen has already suggested that the Red Bull Ford engine is not the team's biggest problem. That shows the power unit has not started from a weak position. In fact, for a new project, the beginning looks promising. But it is also too early to say that it has surpassed Mercedes. Red Bull Ford seems to be on the right path, but it still has to prove that it can deliver strong performance consistently, race after race. And that is the most interesting part of this story. Red Bull already knows how to build winning cars. Now it has to show that it can also build winning engines. If the project evolves quickly, Mercedes could have a very serious rival in this new era of Formula One. But for now, Red Bull Ford still appears to be one step behind the German benchmark. So the question is, can this engine catch Mercedes this season? Or does Red Bull Ford still need more time before becoming a true Formula One powerhouse? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you next time.